Greetings on the Crackerblog channel. I am Mary and this is a new video about Formless Action Endpoints add-on. Today, I will show you how to create a post management system through the frontend using a form only with a button. This case will help you if you want to allow users to create posts but want to check them yourself before publishing and approve or delete item if needed. For this video, I will use a Embed demo website where I want to allow patients to create their own personal cards. Before starting the tutorial, please take a moment and check your subscription to our channel. We will appreciate your support. And let's get started. To achieve the results, you will need to install JetEngine, JetFormBuilder, and Formless Actions Endpoints add-on. Also, I will use a Popup plugin, but it's not required. Make sure you have created a post tab with all necessary meta fields where the user will add a post and all the data. For the beginning, let's start with a post creation form. I will have a field for the patient's name, date of birth, phone number, and email in columns, which helps save space and make the form look easier. Then, I copy the columns, delete one section, and add a radial field to select blood type. Since this is a meta field, I'm using the option Generate Dynamically. Then, get a list of JetEngine fields and enter the name of the field. Now, I will do the same for the field with a list of allergies, but with a checkbox field. Since I don't have all allergies listed, I will enable the option for users to add their own items. That's all. Now we need to add an action to add a post. For this case, you need to select Pending Status, so the post will not be visible on the frontend until the admin updates it. And be sure to bind the fields from the form to the fields from the post type, so that all the data from the form will be transferred to the post. The form is ready to use. I want to add it to the pop-up in the header, so that's why I will use the JetPopup plugin. This step is optional, you can add the form right to the page. I want the pop-up to be opened only by clicking on the button. For this, I open the header template, insert a button widget, and change the label and style settings. Now, in the Advanced section, open the JetPopup tab and from the list, pick the pop-up we created. Also, I want to add dynamic visibility for the button, so it would be available only for the users with the role of author. Let's check our form. Log in under the user with role author and see the form in the pop-up. Fill in it and hit the submit button. That's it. Now we have a created patient card with pending review status. Now we come to the main part of our tutorial. We need to create two forms for publishing and deleting a post. Go to the JetFormBuilder, add new. In such a form, we need to add only fields that we don't need to fill in. It's a hidden field. Set it up to the current post ID or manually input. Then on the right side, you have the block settings. Proceed to the value field and click on the dynamic tag icon. Here we need to set up the preset for the current post ID. That's all. Now add an insert update post action and set the status of the post as published. The second form should be the same, so duplicate this form, change its name, and also in the action we need to change the status to move to trash. Our forms are ready. Now let's create the endpoints. Go to JetFormBuilder Endpoints tab. If you don't have it, check if you have installed the add-on. Create a new root and in the settings choose a form and action type. Since we need to update posts on the same site, you can choose the option WordPress Ajax. Also, for this case will work REST API option. It depends on your needs. Next, need to add Ajax action slug, and I want to put a restriction that this form can only be submitted by admins. And I enable a log requests toggle to keep track of submissions. That's it, the first endpoint is ready. Let's create the same one just for the form that will delete the post. Done! Hope it was easy for you. Now the last step is to add buttons to the listing grid. I don't have the listing ready yet, so let's create it together. In the listing, I want to show the author of this post. For this, I will use dynamic field by username and context post author. In the second column, I want to show the patient's contact information as well as his blood type. For this, I will also use dynamic fields. Now, we need to add two buttons for our forms. Don't forget to add styles depending on your design. I will have one button for approval and another button for rejection. In the widget settings, you can see a new section Submit JetFormBuilder Forms. Open it and enable the toggle. Next, select the route you want, go back to the Endpoint settings, open the Sample Request tab, click on the button Copy data for the request, and paste it into the button. Do the same for the second button, just with another endpoint. Note that you need to copy exactly the data for the request. Well done! Now you can save the listing and add it to the frontend. Pay attention that by default the listing shows only published posts. In order to show post with pending status, you need to make a query via Query Builder. In the query, select the post type and status of the post we want to show. In my case, it's a pending status. This query needs to be added to the listing grid widget. Great! Now we can check the results. I added few more cards, and now, clicking on the Approve button, we see a pop-up with a notification that the form has been submitted. In the post type, our post became with a published status. Let's check the Delete button. Again, we see the pop-up that the form is submitted. Look at the post type and yes, now we have one post in the trash folder. That's it. Now you know how you can quickly set up a system of approving and deleting unpublished posts without adding a form to the page, just using two buttons. If you enjoy our content, give us a thumbs up and we are waiting for your comments. I wish you all the best and see you in the new videos. Cheers!